Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to another installment of Crawlympics 2024. We are still deep inside stage 1 here at Mavericks. This is the 4th group, alternatively referred to as Group 4, and it is a group. I mean, what is this group? We've got the closing out of G, going through J. From left to right, Ghost Rover, Ironsides, Jake the Snake, and Jolly Green. Unlike other weeks where there were some sort of shared commonalities, there's a singular shared commonality this week, and that is that underneath Ironsides, the Defender, there are a pair of TRX4 axles under there with lockers and everything. And underneath Jolly Green, all the way at the right, there are 3 TRX4 axles with lockers and everything. Aside from that, we have no similarities between these two gentlemen. This should be an interesting one because I am unsure if Ghost Rover has ever run Mavericks. I can't remember. And Jake the Snake over there, kind of hiding in between the valley of large Traxxas things, was the previous record holder on the course before it received the Annex Expansion B, when we moved the teeter-totter. When the teeter-totter moved and we added rock, the course got bigger. So he holds the before times course record, which will now, of course, never be beaten because you can't run the old course before, as it was before. So, let us break it down. Oh, yes. Cardi B is here. We're doing a little test here with some shock cord to see if we can get the radios to jiggle less on movement. Everything here is a work in progress, myself included. Let's run down the competitors for the day, starting to your left, Ghost Rover. Ghost Rover sports a singular piece of Vanquish technology, which is the body from a Phoenix. He has Argentum's original body when Argentum was given a nice new patinaed body. He is running Mia's HD44, which are Curry clones, Vanquish Curry clones. So there's another little sort of semi-tie-in to Vanquish. He runs a Stealth X gearbox because he originally was born on Element axles. He has a custom cobbled LCG skid forward, 8-degree, the whole deal chassis inside of him. And because of that, Element axles with their middle pinion orientation, they don't like it. They did not like it. He was a pinion bearing detonator, so he was switched to the HD 44s. He runs J Concepts holds. He's 1.9 wheels. Servo duties taken care of by an AGFRC SA75 CVSW, and I don't think it's the V2, I think it's the older one. Inside the tires are, I want to say, Canyon Customs. I don't think he's on a 3D printed of any sort. I'm just kind of bouncing around here. Motor duties. He's got a 22? No. Thinking of somebody else. He's got a 1400 kV, you name it, Surpass, 9 mod, Glowback, all those. The longer, the 3542, being powered by a Rhino V80. He is a 3S boy. He runs a 3S servo. Basically, what is a 3S motor? He's a 3S guy. He is very long travel, outfitted with Traxxas long arm shocks with a chassis built to accommodate those shocks. Immediately beside him is something that is counter in every way to the Ghost Rover. It is Ironsides, who is a Defender. He is a Defender with very little done to him in turning him into a not Defender. He's got brass bits. He's got heavy wheels. Those heavy wheels, which I think are Hot Storms, the old style stamped aluminum Hot Storms, fitted with the older Injora non-silicone, but the dual stage with the red band inside, the ones for heavy vehicles. And as it should be, because he is 9 pounds plus. Axial ripsaws are on the outside of those inserts. Inside of him is where it all goes off the rails. An MKS HBL 550, servo taking care of steering duties, which is too much servo. Speed control duties handled by an absolutely vintage Castle Mamba Max Pro which is feeding a Toro RC 4268 censored 8th scale buggy motor. You have to trim the servo mount in order to get the motor to fit. He does have a 2-speed transmission, and with a 2-speed and that 2,350 kV motor, it's way too much. First gear's too fast, second gear is apocalyptically fast. He has a bunch of brass thrown at his bottom end to try to counter the weight of a 1 kilogram body, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. He is the vehicle that makes me believe that the 445, 455 size is what is perfect for a portal, because he makes best use of those. As he's sort of a tippy boy, he's got a 12.8 wheelbase, so he does not have the best turning radius unless his lockers are unlocked. It will be very interesting to see him go around, particularly when to his left, your right, is Jake the Snake. As was mentioned, the previous record holder here, Jake the Snake, is a clone of the Artful Dodger's Ground Fox chassis, but just the rails. The skid, because he was originally intended to be built with a Capra gearbox, the skid is the flat spare time hobby skid for a Capra. So he runs the link geometry, the lower link geometry of a Capra, and the upper link geometry of an Artful Dodger's Ground Fox. He's fitted with an Ecto body. He's running J-Concept's tusks on Three Brothers anti-foams all the way around. He is running a, wait for it, hold on, are you ready? A brushed combo composed of a Hobbywing 1080 Generation 1 and a Surpass Rocket 540 Plus, etc., add a bunch of letters. The neodymium magnet fitted, what I call big block, with the 28mm rotor. He's running the 16-turn variant of that. His servo is what we use around here. I believe it is a Flash Hobby 50 kg. It might be a 60 kg. It is chassis mounted. And by the way, let's just mention out of hand, Ghost Rover is the only member of the group today not running chassis mounted steering. Closing out Group 4, Jolly Green. Jolly Green was born as a TRX4 Defender. He had a red body because it was the only one in stock when I ordered him. He was fitted with a Hobbywing Axe V2 550 3300 kV system, which is too much. It's absolutely too much. It's as too much as what is fitted in Ironsides. And as such, we came to a conclusion fairly rapidly that this is an unusable thing, and unwilling to sacrifice the $200 and some odd that we spent on the system, someone in the comments had said, why don't you just turn him into a TRX6? So I did. We built via Jenny's and eBay and buying parts here and there. We outfitted him with all the parts to turn a TRX4 into a TRX6. Took two J-Concept Lloyd bodies, cut them in half, melded them together with a bunch of aluminum. He weighs 13 pounds. He has 6-wheel drive. He runs a pair of J-Concept Scorpios in the front and a quartet of Canyon RTs, which are the 2.2 that's the size of a 1.9 in the rear, which are stock TRX6 tires. His servo is big. It's something big. It's a big AGFRC monster of a thing, like 1,000-ounce sort of a thing, because, as I said, what he was originally was one of the first vehicles purchased, and we were just we were whipping out the money like a sultan, not even counting it. The 3 servos in the vehicles beside him are maybe a little more expensive than just his servo by itself. Battery-wise, we're looking at either 1500s or 2200s, save for Jolly Green, that runs a Genzace LIHV 4300 Adventure, because that Axe system and a 13-pound rig will pull a battery down to nothing before you realize that it has happened. Honestly, standing here, sitting, you might be sitting, you might be standing. As I'm standing looking at the group, it feels like a 2-horse race, because this Mavericks, as a whole, is something of an agility contest. And there's a little sharp turn right over there where the crispy non-cream donuts are right before the teeter. And making that turn for both Ironsides and Jolly Green is going to be a task. Jake has a good steering angle. Ghost Rover has a good steering angle. The other guys have TRX4 axles and are pushing way too much power. They are the let's do dumb stuff side of this endeavor. So it will be interesting to see, but as per usual, it's just one hot lap. You've got the 5 minutes, give or take. We're not real tight on the rules. Some rigs come in 14 seconds after the timer, 15 seconds after the timer. We just don't want to give unlimited tries, is basically what it is. You have around 5 minutes. That's how the sporting events occur around here. So we will do, as we always do, proceed in alphabetical order. It goes G, I, J, J. Ghost Rover, Ironsides, Jake the Snake, and Jolly Green are going to run this in order. They've got 5 minutes-ish apiece to do their best, and we will see where they land upon the leaderboards. So let us get things put where those things should be put, and then we will see what mood Mavericks is in today.
I operate much like a fool, in which I thought I had time, you know. I was like, I bet we can get out here and we can get on the course and we'll be ready to have this filmed. We'll be done by 7:30 tops. It's 7:30 now. First rig rolling onto the course. Maybe we'll get done by 8. We will see how it goes. Every week, my brain forgets how long it takes to get a Wheelin' Wednesday / Crawlympics 2024 dialed in and ready to go. The spider webs are unbelievable. The entire course is spider webs. I don't think there's a camera that catches it, but there is a massive sequence of webs attaching the tip of the teeter-totter to the tree above the teeter-totter. The spiders are unstoppable. If you want any sort of proof of alien life, I think it has to be spiders, right? There's nothing else like spiders. What's like a spider? Nothing. Ghost Rover is not like a spider. He's like a ghost. And he is gonna run this. He's got his 5 minutes. Alphabetically, the chips fall where they may. He gets to be the first guy out. And we will see how he does. Sir, when you're... Oh, and he will have the Surpass 9 IMAD Glowback Scream. When he gets up to high RPMs, he's a howler. So ghost, howling like a ghost, screaming like a banshee, rolling out onto the course. First competitor of the day here in Group 4. Ghost Rover, when you are ready. The course is dry, but he has got a lot of suspension travel and good steering angle. Uh-oh. We will see how angry also the skewers are on this day. They are honestly, of all the things that are here, the skewers are the biggest opportunity for parts breakage because it's basically soft on soft. It doesn't feel like trouble. It looks like everything's gonna be fine. That's bad. Okay, so first lap is always the fun one. He's a little wide. We got, oh, the teeter is angry today. We got a little off to one side, and that was that. There will be a small unofficial reward brought about during the closing ceremonies. I'm using old bill envelopes to track lap times. So we know who has the fastest. Well, we'll know who is the fastest. They'll win this stage, and we will also know who is the slowest because I've kept track of those. That might be the one. I don't think anybody's fallen off the teeter yet. So and just augured in. Oh no. This is I don't think long travel is really the forte here. He might have the slowest individual lap despite being quick. Like, he can do fast things. He's got the wheel speed. Oh. Every time it touches the ground, it looks like he's going to be forcibly ejected. Getting that front hung up a lot. Also, not mentioned in the intro, but yep, he's off course. He's completely off course. It is. Somebody has got to be the guy that has a rough day. And let's hope it's not a rough day for everyone. All I can think is it the tires? Is it? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's so bad today. The Ghost not doing well. He has not gotten cleanly. He hasn't stitched, say, 3 sections together. So let's call them sectors. So we've got this sector right here. Comes through pretty clean through the Krispy Kremes. Has to throw a reverse. So and he's off the side again and stuck. Oh. I've long said that if there's a problem to the J-Concepts hold, which is their version of a bogger, it's that the way the tread is oriented, you can look straight through the tread blocks from the side. There's no overlap to the lug. So you get some proper washout. I mean, it does great on here. He'll do well on that. Okay, he does not do well. Most people hit the there it is again. Most people hit skewers left-hand side. He does not like left-hand side. He got mired in real good. There it is again. Yeah. The clearance is not bad on the HD44. Very similar to an AR44 or an Element axle. He just doesn't quite have the tightness. He gets, and it has to be the holds. That is my official, unofficial judgment. He is almost out of control when he gets up towards the top of the teeter. This lap feels like it went smoother than previous, and he's got 9 seconds left. This is a very common, thematically, this is pretty common for guys running Crawlympics here. He pulls into end, and the watch vibrates. So I don't think he did the worst. His first lap may well indeed be the slowest that we've seen, but I don't think his time on the board is going to be the worst. I kid you not. Ironsides is so fast and the motor generates so much torque that he's almost difficult to drive. In second gear, he is just unsafe. In first gear, because the motor has so much torque and it's applying so much drag brake with no ramp, it just like comes on. You cannot release the trigger. You have to kind of stay on the trigger or he will somersault over forwards. It's too much all the time. But hey, we've been surprised before, and there's a little bit of a part of us that always hopes to be surprised again. Ironsides, sir. I'm not saying this is your thing, but this is kind of like your thing. Try not to get stuck on stuff, sir. Let us see how the 445s on 435s? Let us see how the 435s on portals do here at Mavericks. Oh my God. Okay, I'll tell you one thing. He feels like, until we got stuck, oh no, that's bad. Okay, skewers did the thing on us, but already, I mean, if you're not seeing it, you're not looking hard enough. The portal advantage, look at him go. Can he swing that? Oh, full bumper. Oh. And it does have that low creep, man. That speed control. Oh, he's gonna. He was over a body length away from the end of the teeter, and the teeter was like, I can't hold this up anymore. Okay, he feels So composed. Through the loose stuff here, tuck it inside. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say, okay, did he top the leaderboard there? I don't think so. Was he way fast? Oh, was he way faster than anticipated? Yes. Oh, slider. He's one of those guys where you don't have a choice. He's outrunning me. Do you remember some scant few minutes ago when I said Ghost Rover had a problem? And that problem was that he was unable to string two really quick sectors together. Our old boy Ironsides has not had that problem. I am quick stepping here. I'm gonna get out of breath. Oh, he's off. Off right before the line. That was a lap, and absolutely got burned at the end. That is not the place to fall off. Oh, that was something special. I've never seen anybody float the top of the skewers like that. Is he doing it? Is this a Katy Perry moment? Is he coming at you like a dark horse? Are you ready for a perfect storm? You just got to hold all the pieces together. The teeter wants to flip him so bad. The teeter is offended by this kind of behavior. Oh, he has just the right amount of turning. Stay tidy, get brisk. Oh, buddy. That might... There's that whole thing about slow is fast. What is it? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. He felt improperly smooth. This vehicle weighs in excess of 9 pounds. This vehicle is fitted with a buggy motor about the size of 2/3 of a Red Bull can. I figure that's a globally understandable reference. There are little concrete dipped... Oh, he's got some squeak. There are little concrete dipped tire foams over there. And I have to point that out, not to you, gentle viewer. I have to point that out to Ironsides because he does not realize that they exist. He blasts through that section with such an alarming rate of speed. To the float. Oh, we thought long wheelbase. Oh, that's... Never once, and I'm going to jinx him right now because he's on a... This is almost a bonus lap as he's going to go over time, I think. He has never come close to flipping over. Don't forget. Oh, he pulled that foam donut heard me. And it was like, oh, really? The hop. He hopped about 2 inches vertically there. Oh, he's out of the course. And he's stuck in. The wrist has just started vibrating. This is not going to be his fast lap. So we will allow him to complete. I mean, where else am I going to go? And he's off course again. He definitely did the thing. That was... I would classify that as a show. It is going to be a very different feel and driving experience to navigate Jake the Snake around this after that. All right, let me tell you something. Jake feels as counter to the feel of Ironsides as possible. Ironsides feels like he's on the bleeding edge the whole time. Jake is like, planted, even, moderately speedy. I think he's that guy. Is he him? He might be him. I don't want to put too much on his shoulders. Ironsides put down that lap, what I think was lap 3 by him, had to be absolutely blistering. So Jake, your work is cut out for you. Brushed motor up against a fleet of everything overpowered. Jake the Snake, your 5 minutes begins when you do. He comes out so quiet. Okay, all right. I'm kind of seeing why Jake had the fastest time. Holy cannoli! Jacob! Jacob has dig. Look at that. Okay, we talk about sure-footedness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what he doesn't have is an excess of wheel speed. What he does have is a level of stability and, okay, how do I classify this? He never gets out of shape. Skewers, nothing. Comes through here. Nothing. He's going to outrun me. I got to try to get the line up. I can hear the clatter of him knocking rocks out of the way like they're dice. Got a little stuck in right there. I have touched dig once. I've touched dig twice. It's always the entry up onto the teeter. He came onto the teeter at speed. Oh, he turns so sharp. He puts... Here's the thing. He has not that excess of power. He feels like he's putting every ounce of that power onto the ground. He's had a couple micro hesitations, usually in little transition spots. Just knocked another rock out of the way. He's got to get through here clean. Oh, that was outstanding. If anything, I'm finding there are spots when I'm turning too tight. That was no dig. Pulled it across. Jake came out here this morning saying, I have the old record. He says, you know what else I'm going to have? The new record. I don't know if he will, but my goodness, he feels brisk. Oh, that was an Ironsides level glide. Getting really rutted out right there. The portal guys are like, good, rut it out. Rut it out. Make it so only we can get through there. We'll take note. We'll take note. We have the ability to levy time penalties, but this is definitely not. This is not his fast lap. I mentioned it. I think it was in a comment. I don't think I said it in a video. But when we were talking about bonus time, about people running over the 5-minute timer, with very few exceptions, it's lap 2. It's lap 2 pretty much every time. Each competitor on their second lap absolutely murders it. And then, I don't know, either complacency takes over or there's that quest for that little bit more speed that isn't there. And then they get slower. And I say almost exclusively because who was it? There was a rig whose fastest lap was indeed lap 2. But their differential between laps 2 and laps 5, it was 2 seconds. And Mavericks has claimed another victim. He was on his clothes and he was moving pretty quickly, but he's either broken, he's got a rock up in there. Nope, his rear axle is now out of kilter. Mavericks will make you pay for going fast. You will get to see the carnage that is Jake when we get to the end of this. Jolly Green, last gentleman on the course. And the timers are running short on the cameras, so we're just gonna head out. He should be ready. He should be ready. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm sorry, sir. I forgot. He was like, did you forget how many wheels I have? Did you forget how much power I have? And I was like, yeah, I did a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, he's got to take it a little easy through there, but... yeah, it's all... it's all up in the air now. All right, just from making it to here, it really feels like poor Ghosty, poor GR is feeling like the Lanterne Rouge on the day. Oh no. Put that nose in. That's a lot of power to hear go. Yeah, I forgot the world's angriest caterpillar. He can't take the corners as quickly. Oh. He actually got flipped by the Krispy Kremes. If there was something that I thought was going to be his primary, wow, it's hitting. All right, 13 pounds on the end of the teeter is going to come down. I hope a camera caught that. He actually, the edge of a block caught the top of his front tire, acted like a reverse mode, and he actually flew into the air. When in doubt, throttle out. Yeah. I would like you to imagine with me. Imagine Jolly Green, the mighty beast that he is. Imagine him as a truggy with like a cage on the back and a little narrow cab on the front with no fender covers, just all 6 tires out in the wind. And I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. That might be the first time I've ever seen it. Again, it felt like lap 1 felt quick, lap 2 felt atomic. It's not this one either. I don't think at any point during this I've gotten even past half throttle. Like right here, I can't look down. He's too fast, so I can't see the radio. He has got to be in the 20 to 30% throttle range. His activity out here on the side, that's 2. Give him a little foot help. He might have enough to make it around one more time. There it is again. That is what too much traction looks like. The front is pushing exceptionally hard now. We may have sustained. He's at you know what? Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say we're gonna let him go, but no, we're gonna call it at there. He's got about 20 seconds left. We do bonus time, but that's not nearly enough. And I'm pretty sure, I think it was when we went into the tires, into the skewers, second or third time through, something happened to the front end.
In the spirit of fairness and competition, I don't explicitly root for any one rig over the other. I'm pleased when they do well. I feel bad when they do badly. But you're going to see some images up on the screen right now, and I have not seen the times yet. The edit on this is usually finished several hours after the actual principal recording, usually after lunch. About 2 p.m. recording will get done around 8 a.m. So there's usually about 6 hours in between the recording and the finish of the edit. So I don't know who won the group today. I don't know where they fall on the leaderboard, but I genuinely hope that it's Jake, because Jake has sustained something beyond an injury. The most that we've seen usually is stripped out servo horns, broken rod ends. Well, Jake got a broken rod end, yeah. And the full extent of his damage is yet to be documented, because his driver's side rear upper link broke, turned at a 90-degree angle, and stuck through the side of his tire. It is inside the insert. He is completely locked in place. If it has damaged the gearbox, we'll find out. All I know is that there, you can see there in a photo, the rubber from the tire has been wrapped around the wheel hex. So I have to assume that that tire is destroyed. So, as such, Jake will be, unless I can get some tusks, unless I can order another pair of tusks, Jake will be on a different tire setup when he makes it to stage 2. This was a rough day performance-wise for Ghost Rover. It was a rough day physically for Jake. And then the 2 TRX boys just sitting there were like, watch me. If anything, Jolly Green went too fast. Ironsides is definitely going to be in the mix. I feel like he's in the mix. I'd love to be proven right. Okay, I'll make a guess. Here's the guess in terms of times, because I like to see if I came in correct or incorrect at the end of the day. I think the leaderboard on the day will go Jake, Ironsides, Jolly Green, Ghost Rover. And I think that Jake will be in the hunt. I think the 2 TRX4 gentlemen will be above the midpoint of the pack. They'll be above the halfway line. I think Ghost Rover is not going to do well. I think he had a bad day. Much like Buffalo Bill before him had a bad day. It can't be a winning day for everyone. Jake might have gotten the quite literally the Pyrrhic victory, where the victory might have cost him. It might have cost him everything. We can rebuild. There's nothing that can't be replaced. But every injury so far has been correctable. When I clean up the rigs and they go back into their bays after Cardi B brings everyone indoors, no one has taken more than about 15 or 20 minutes to repair, and then they're done. I'm 99% sure that tire is actually destroyed. So that will be, and then so this goes in second place. Diablo completely self-disassembled his gearbox out here, and now Jake has completely lost a tire. So the second most expensive exploderation. And Mavericks, when Mavericks is hungry, Mavericks eats. So we'll see how the boards shake out. They should have been up there on the screen. I hope you have a better day than Jake's driver rear tire. I thank you so much for joining us here in the Canyon for another installment of Crawlympics 2024. We hope to see you more in the future. The next stage 2 is deadline, so be on for that. It will be a very different experience. I'm trying to finagle camera. I'm trying to get a cameraman, which will really expedite. If we could go to 6 rig groups, oh, to dream. So I wish you all good dreams. I hope you come back and see us again in the future. I hope that in between now and then, you one and all do your very best to have a good one, everybody. We will see you next time here from the canyon, when we hope that a group makes it through clean. But I got to tell you this, no spoilers unless you know by heart every rig in the canyon. Next week's group is wild, is absolutely wild. This is a real mishmash of styles, but next week, oh man, you better buckle up for it. We'll see you then.